Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so you can watch everyone around you die. Think, Mark. You'll outlast every fragile, insignificant being on this planet. You'll live to see this world crumble to dust and blow away. Everyone and everything you know will be gone. What will you have after 500 years?
You, Dad. I still have you. And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Welcome back to Comic Book Bullies with Nerdist New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka the cryptocurrency Scarface, with my co-hosts.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka R2D's Nuts.
Ah, that is original. I think you were saving it for May the 4th, I think. Yeah, and we're back with another episode. And yeah, we started a little bit late, had a few technical difficulties, and we may need to have a few technical difficulties now, but we're just going to keep it going anyway. Eli, anybody die this week?
I don't think anybody. I'm sure somebody did.
Cool. Nobody that we know. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go with another thing. Like I said, we had Eli, we actually had a request.
Oh, yeah?
We had a request, yes, from a long-time listener, don't listen anymore, Ryan Gomer, our ex-CEO. I guess once he stopped being our boss, he just like, fuck it, y'all just do what they wanted to. But he may listen this time because he wanted us to
he was our boss?
I guess he was. I guess we work for him or work with him. I don't know what it was. But anyway, he was like, it would be nice if you guys brought back the box office numbers thing. Because we haven't done it in a year because, like I said, there was no box office.
There was no box office numbers, yeah.
So there was nothing to talk about. What we're going to talk about, Bloodshot is number one, for the 20th week or some shit. But now it's slowly starting to come back. So we're going to incorporate it because we never had the box office numbers in this version of the show, when we started revamping everything. So we're going to kind of dip our toe into it and see how it goes. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about the number one movie this week and you probably can't even see it because it's way too small. I should have blew that up. Technical difficulty, like I said, we'll go with it. The number one movie is, what is it, Eli? Mugen Rider? Demon Slayer. Let's zoom in.
Oh, that Demon Slayer. Okay.
Demon Slayer Mugen Train is the number one movie of the week. And this number two movie is Mortal Kombat. So for the second week, Mortal Kombat has already been beaten. Just
by
that
an
quick.
anime.
By anime. But here's the weird thing about it. So I know the main thing you're thinking is that, okay, it's an anime. Maybe it got beat because it's worldwide numbers versus American. No, those are American numbers. And then you're thinking like, well, maybe because it's a new anime and Mortal Kombat been a while, maybe that's why I beat it. No, that movie came out last week. So no matter how you slice it, Mortal Kombat just got his ass whooped by an anime nobody's ever heard of, and it's the big thing right now.
I guess my kid's heard of it. I guess that's a manga and everything,
Well, here's the thing: Comixology gave it away for free this week.
Okay, yeah,
the volume one of it. So I downloaded it. I'm just like, it's free. Why not?
All right.
See where it goes.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, but I do want to talk a little bit about Mortal Kombat, just briefly. Eli, I was doing some digging. I was like, I kept watching the movie because it's on HBO Max, stuff like this. So I watched it again just to see what was going on. And I realized that a lot of those actors I've seen from places before. For instance, like the Shang Chung actor. He was the calculator from Dark Knight.
Yeah, I recognize him.
Yeah, Raiden. He was from Thor. He was one of the Warriors 3. You know. What else we got here? Even that guy, the main guy, the one that nobody liked. Shatterstar from Deadpool 2.
I thought I recognized, and
he's actually been a bunch of shit.
Yeah, he was in Wu Assassins. I knew I recognized him before. I was like, where did I see that guy before? Yeah, he was in Wu Assassins and Deadpool.
Yeah, and this guy, so Kano, And I kept looking at Ken. I kept thinking, like, do I recognize this guy? Do I know what movie he came from? But here's the thing, I got him confused. This is Ben Lawson, Australian actor, but I got him confused. No, I'm sorry, this is Josh Lawson, Australian actor. I got him confused with Ben Lawson, Australian actor. And I know him because he played Larry Hemsworth in The Good Place. Now, that's the funniest character. I'm gonna just talk about Larry Hemsworth there. I did this whole thing just talk about Larry Hemsworth. Larry Hemsworth on The Good Place was basically Tihani's boyfriend, and he played the least attractive Hemsworth. So he had this inferiority complex because everybody told him he's not as good looking as the other Hemsworth. So he was like, I'm only 6'4" and I barely have an 8-pack. I'm so ugly, you know. And everybody else on this show is just asking him, have you seen you? You know, so I just thought it was a funny thing that he played Larry Hemsworth, you know. So that's what I was talking about with Mortal Kombat. Hold up, let's go.
And no, Sub-Zero was in the raid.
He was also in Fast Furious 6.
Did he? Was he? I don't remember.
Yeah, he was in Fast Furious 6. He was the one that beat the shit out of Tyrese and Han. Which I thought was kind of a racist thing because Han is like their Asian guy on their team. So the bad guys had an Asian guy on their team and he beat the shit out of them. And then Tyrese looked at Han like, what do we have you for? You know? So I thought that was it's fucked up, but if you watch, that's how they played it in the movie. Let's see what we got here. Cole, yes, Jake fixed the guy that nobody liked. Is it any good though? I liked it. Eli didn't like it, along with everybody else didn't like it. Hey,
We're talking about Mortal Kombat? Oh,
Mortal Kombat, not the Good Place. Or Fast 6, you know. Oh man, so let's just jump into it. What else we got next after that? Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Like I said, we're gonna talk about Invincible. Now, like I said, this is old news for you, Eli. You're done with this. You've been there, done with this. You won a T-shirt. You've gone to Disney World with this whole thing. But for the rest of the world, we're just not catching up to exactly what's going on with it right now. So, like I said, you're familiar with the show. I'm going to tell you where the show ended right now. And you probably already know. The show ended with Mark finding out that his dad is an evil Vulture-mite.
Oh, that he's an asshole. Yeah, okay.
He's an asshole. So that's where it ended. You know, it ended, and I think it ended where if you go back to issue 13, where he wakes up and he talks to Cecil, and he, you know, they kind of find out where the next arc is going. That's where it ended. So, yeah, Eli, this was shocking just for everybody. Just like I said, this is like I don't know. It's like those anime manga fans. Like I said, for the folks that have read the manga, they already know what's going on. This is old news for them. They're like, ooh, wait till you see this and wait till you see that. But for everybody else, this shit is new to us. You know, like old Omni-Man just going nuts and crazy like that. It was shocking for everybody. And the funny thing is about it, because like that's what I want to tell everybody, that I'm sorry, there's gonna be no Marvel talk this week. So we're Marveled out. No Falcon, no WandaVision. We just talk about everything else but that. Hold on, let's see what we got. He's not an asshole, just tough love. That was asshole-ish what he did.
Well, I didn't watch the show, but in the comics, he was like, your mom never meant shit to me. She's just cattle like the rest of them. I'm like, damn.
That's what he did. He called her a pet on the show. So when he said that, everybody's like, whoa, what? You know, so everybody just is shocked, as probably everybody was when they read the comic, 05, 03, whatever like that. Yeah. So it's a new experience for us, you know, everybody was reading, but it was just shocking watching doing it. I even went back because they got a bunch of those books on Comixology right now. So I went back to kind of compare what they did. Eli, it's pretty close. Now, it's not a perfect, you know, adaptation where it's just word for word, like I can just recite everything. But if you know the beats of the story, you know the beats where it's going so far.
And honestly, that's what kind of elevated the story that's what made me continue. Because when I first was reading, I'm like, this is just superhero shit with blood. You know, whatever. You know,
that's what I was thinking with the cartoon. You know,
it's Spider-Man, only he can fly. It's, you know, teenage superhero, school, girlfriend, blah 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 blah. And then when his dad's a dick and is like trying to colonize Earth, I'm like, whoa, okay, I'll read the next issue. You know,
right.
Or you know, I'll read the next volume or whatever. So that's what like made the story, the book for me for a while. And I read it a little bit. I didn't read the whole series. I fell off after a while, but you know, that twist is what, you know, kept me interested for a while.
Mm-hmm. So that's what got a lot of people. So I was watching it, and the same way you were when you was everything you just said when you said you originally read the comic is the same way I felt watching the cartoon. This is the same old superhero shit. Yeah, it's playing up on the tropes. We've seen this before. It's basically the boys in cartoon form. And honestly, watching the show, as far as getting into it, Mark, to me, like the actual character of Invincible, was the least interesting character of the show. Everybody else was way more interesting than him. Cecil, the Mauler twins. Who else we had? Everybody was more interesting than Mark. Mark was the most boring part of it.
Wasn't there like a principal or a teacher that was doing some shit that was making robots or something? I can't remember.
Well, there's the robot guy. So, yeah, you're talking about the zombie dead man or whatever.
Yeah, wasn't like their teacher. It was like one of their instructors or their teacher was a villain or something. I fell asleep on an episode. That was a weak episode.
But that's the whole thing. Like anytime they went to Mark, I was bored with it. I was like, everybody was talking about like, what about Amber? How do you think about Amber, his relationship? Fuck Amber, fuck their relationship. I don't care. Anytime they cut the Mark, I kind of checked out of it. But then it started picking up when you started seeing stuff like Battle Beast. Like I was kind of halfway into it, then Battle Beast showed up. I was like,
I don't remember that, but
the white cat dude that just wrecked everybody. Everybody was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Battle Beast.
Still nothing. Wow,
it's been a while, man. I don't know.
I get it. I'm asking you some shit that happened like 20 years ago. I know.
Like, I remember like a parody of like the Justice League. It was like I remember that, but I don't know how far that was. I don't know if the show covered that. Where it was like a Justice League, but it was like the heroes from that universe. There was like his dad was like the Superman, and I can't remember now.
Amber was not the best part. Jake, I'm sorry. I really don't care anything about what Amber do. I would like cut to the superhero shit. I don't care about
Amber the chick and the regular chick, or was Amber the superhero chick he had?
Amber was the regular chick.
Okay.
You're talking about Adam Eve, the superhero chick.
Yeah.
They got this love triangle going on right now. So, yeah, like I said, anytime they cut the Mark, I did not care. I didn't care about his love life, how he balanced his job, how he balanced his school life. I didn't care. I don't care. Cut to the superhero shit. That's when the shit that was interesting to me. So, anytime they went to Amber, I checked out. That's why when it was a whole Amber show, I'd like skip it, go to the next one. But when they start ramping up, start going to Battle Beast, start going to Titan with the crime boss, started when anytime they cut to Nolan, like I said, Omni-Man, anytime they cut to him was interesting. Because you like, he's about to crack, when's he gonna crack, and he cracked in
Omni-Man's his dad, right?
And Omni-Man's his dad.
Yeah, okay.
Nolan, yeah. So when he finally cracked, all shit just went nuts. Now here's the thing, Eli. It's way more graphic in this show than it was in the cartoon. I mean, in the comic.
Okay.
When I went back and forth, because there's this one scene that everybody is talking about, how I'll spoil it for you. Fuck it, everybody's seen it already. All right, you may not remember, but when he went to Chicago, they wrecked Chicago, and he went down to the train.
I saw somebody posted that video of him about the train hitting him and all the bodies.
He was just holding Mark, and then the bodies were hitting him, stuff like that. I was like, this is messed up. This is completely messed up. And the crime boss was so boring. No, the crime boss was like the best thing. That's when Battle Beast showed up. When Battle Beast showed up, I was like, oh, this show is awesome. Oh, what do we got here? Yeah, fuck that train. That train scene was awesome. So, and then it's just like you said, like he said, your mom ain't shit. Never love your mom. Same thing he said in this, like your mom is a pet. Even telling Mark, you mean nothing to me. It's only been 17 years. I can make another one of you and just start beating the shit out of him, But then, the same thing, Mark started appealing to his, his humanity. And then it's when he flew off in a tear. You've seen the shit. You've seen it. So, yeah, like I said, Eli, it's pretty much what you remember is what everybody else is feeling now. That's basically.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's almost like when I was a kid and I watched the X-Men cartoon, but I already read the comics. So I already knew everything that was going on. So the kids at school was treating me like some kind of guru or some shit. You're right. What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen? Who is this guy? And I kept telling them all this shit, like, ooh, So that was the first time I felt cool reading comics. Oh man, let's cut to the next one. Yeah, but Eli, I'm excited for season 2. I'm gonna start cranking down on these comics now. I already got like from issue 1 to 50 from Comixology, so I'm just run through them and just refresh myself. So.
Cool.
So I can at least act like I know what I'm doing since I have a comic book podcast, because people are gonna ask us about this shit. Like, I don't know. That's what I got you for, Eli. You're supposed to know this shit. Why don't you know this shit from 1998? Oh, well, let's go to the next one. Nope, not go to that. We'll come back to that. Oh, okay. We're gonna talk about Without Remorse.
I don't even know what this is.
Okay, you don't know what this is? This is
No.
interesting, Eli. Actually, I'll save my enthusiasm for later on whether or not it's interesting or not. So what this is a Tom Clancy movie that was supposed to have been released on Paramount, but since the whole COVID thing happened, it got released on Amazon Prime. So, and it's basically a Tom Clancy character that has actually popped up in movies before. One time he's played by Willem Dafoe in like that Clear and Present Danger with
yeah.
He was that guy. I think he was
Patriot Games and Hunt for Red October and shit.
Yeah. So he's not Jack Ryan. He was like the assassin guy Jack Ryan used to give the missions to. He was that guy. John Clark was his name.
I don't know
if you remember. Probably not. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. Also, that was like about 92 or some shit when that movie came out. Whatever. All right, so they've been trying to make this movie since then, since the 90s, and pretty much every white dude, leading man in Hollywood, they have attached this one time, even like Brandon Routh or Stifler. They was just trying to throw everybody in this movie like that. But eventually when he was a thing, when he was a thing, but then it was just like, you know what? But then eventually Michael B. Jordan got his hands on it. They were like, Michael B. Jordan got a fan
that
base.
movie. I know what you're talking about now. Okay.
We got him on the poster back then.
I can't see who that is. All I see is like a nose, like or barely a nose. I don't even see his eyes.
I could have picked a better picture. You're right. I could have picked a better picture. I was short notice. But yeah. But that's the thing. So they got Michael B. Jordan is his movie. This is his star vehicle. He produced the movie from his company and it's on, like I said, Amazon Prime Video in this movie. So it's the classic thing. It's what you expect from a Tom Clancy movie. A op goes wrong. I do want to show you this one scene, and his team gets taken out. I'm gonna spoil it for you, Eli, because this one scene was awesome. Like I said, his team gets taken out. Yeah.
Like, oh damn.
Right. I just wanted to show that one thing. That's when the movie opens up. It's like, oh shit, okay, we're for a treat.
The dude taking out the trash when they pull out.
It's basically right. It's basically the same thing. Prime promote. Oh, they remind me. This is their movie. This is just like HBO been promoting Mortal Kombat and King versus Godzilla. This is what they're using to promote. Like, this is their Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's why they're hyping the shit out this movie right now. So it's the same thing. Op goes wrong. His team gets taken out. His family gets taken out. But they didn't know that he, had a particular set of skills. So he goes on a roaring rampage of revenge. But then it turns out that it's really a government conspiracy. You've heard it before. Stop me if you heard it before. It's the same old story you've seen before. So pretty much to go through the motion. The plot is sort of kind of interesting, but I'll be honest with you, the second half of the movie, once you kind of know where it's going. How is the
action? Is the action cool? That's all I care about. No.
Some of it is cool. Some of it is cool, but towards the end, it's just like it kind of gets monotonous, kind of gets repetitive. The last action scene,
Michael B. Jordan don't do no John Wick shit or Commando shit where he
runs
through with the machine gun, just mowing down dudes with the machine gun.
No, he's not Rambo. And I mean, here's the thing: they try to make it realistic, so it's realistic action. So realistic action is boring action.
Oh shit!
Towards the end, so it's just like, come on, man, I want to see some John Wick shit, So
see, that's what Call of Duty's fucking up everything.
Right. Because towards the end, just like, come on, man, y'all can put more pizzazz into this. And some of the acting is just bad, man. Like Michael B. Jordan is awesome. Yeah. Honestly, it was enough action, but the action that was there just wasn't compelling. I kept zoning out. Honestly, I was just zoning out the whole time while this movie was playing in the background towards the second half of the movie. Because once you find out the plot, you know where it's going, you no longer care. It's just like, oh, that's why they did it. Okay, cool, whatever. His CEO, his main CEO, the Jody Choni, whoever it is, the female Navy SEAL, she sucks. She can't act. So every time, and she's like half the way in the movie. She's on the movie poster. So it's like that takes you out of the movie. It's pretty much Michael B. Jordan carrying this movie by himself. I'm just like, oh man, it's terrible. But people like it. I'm on Twitter. I'm on social media. People seem to like it.
Michael B. Jordan take off his shirt?
Of course. He takes off his shirt on the trailer.
So chicks dig it.
Like, why is he sweaty? I'm like, you got to be sweaty for no reason whatsoever. But yeah,
does he make out with anybody?
I mean, his wife at the beginning of the movie. So yeah, right as the guy who did.
Oh, Taylor. What's his name? The guy.
Tyler.
Hatford or
Or
some shit. Yeah, something like that.
some shit, whatever like that. So yeah, it's just a run of the mill plot. It's just like whatever. But yeah, Michael B. Jordan does take his shirt off. That seems to be the main scene that all the women seem to love on there. You know, I already know that if I was in the movie theater when I was seeing, that's the one scene where everybody go, you know, that scene. So I already know that would be the thing. So, oh yeah, honestly, this movie was kind of boring, be honest with you. Like it started off like it was gonna be strong. Like, okay, we got us a movie, you know, the killer's family. He going to run rampage of revenge. He hops in the car with people. Give me a name. I want a name. I'm like, okay, it's generic, but you know, you're thinking you're gonna get something out of it. Nah, goes down here from there. But spoiler, they have a sequel hook to it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Well, it's Tom Clancy. I mean,
it's Tom Clancy. Yeah, because here's the thing. So John Clark is the main character of Rainbow Six.
Oh, really?
So at the end of the movie, spoilers for everybody that's there, John Clark shows up and is like, I want to talk to the president. I want to put together a team. They're like, what kind of team? Just tell them, call it Rainbow. Dun, dun, and then it ends. Like, okay. So they're trying to do a Clancy verse. Because I think Amazon owns all the rights to all this shit. So I think they did sign Michael B. Jordan on to lead a Rainbow Six movie. So if this is a thing, there's going to be a Rainbow Six movie after this. So I was like, I guess. If they make another one of these, I like it. But here's the thing. I feel like they had Michael B. Jordan, and it was just like, since we got a name, just threw everything else around us and don't even matter. Which that is very interesting.
Was there an after credit scene?
That was the after credit scene, the Rainbow Six shit. Yeah. That's why don't leave after the credits, you know, roll. So yeah, all that was there. So, but here's the
credits, thing. Then the Coolio song starts playing. Did it? No.
So I'm just like, man, this movie, but yeah, they got a sequel hook to it. So, but here's the thing, it's interesting about this movie, Eli. People are excited for this movie. Whether it's a good movie or not, people are excited for the movie, and that's a good thing. Because this is the first movie in a while that people are excited because of the actor that's in the movie. Not because it's a franchise. Yes, Tom Clancy is a franchise. Michael B. Jordan fans don't give a shit about Tom Clancy. They hear Tom Clancy like, is he with Marvel or DC? I don't know. You know, so they just know Michael B. Jordan. Said everybody on social media saying, I'm going to see that Michael B. Jordan movie. Not that Tom Clancy movie, not that Rainbow Six preview movie. I'm going to see the Michael B. Jordan movie. Just like when we were younger, I want to see the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I want to see the Stallone movie. I want to see the Eddie Murphy movie. Movie stars sold movies. And Michael B. Jordan is selling this movie. Like, for instance, like Tom Holland, when there's new Spider-Man coming out, nobody's saying I'm going to see the Tom Holland movie. Hell, nobody sees Tom Holland movies, period. Tom Holland could walk in the grocery store against me right now, and I wouldn't recognize him. I don't care, unless he's wearing a Spider-Man suit. You know,
what you doing here, white boy?
He's just looking at me like, you don't know who I am? Like, no.
That's a nice watch, motherfucker.
Right. So that's the thing. So it's good that, now, like I said, the quality of the movie, regardless or not, but it's good to have a movie star sell a movie. That's a good thing. Because that doesn't happen nowadays, even though it's on Amazon Prime. Now, we already know if this movie was actually come out in the theaters like it was, it would have got trampled. Especially in the weekend of Mortal Kombat and what was that movie? That Mugen movie, that Dark Train, whatever anime shit that was, you know.
Oh, the Slayer, Demon Slayer. Are y'all talking about Tomorrow?
Are you talking about Tomorrow?
What is that? Is that the movie with Chris Pratt or whatever? I think that's with Chris Pratt or some shit.
But that's not out yet, is it? I think.
No. Is that what you're talking about?
If that's the movie, I think that's the movie.
Or is he asking, are we gonna talk about it when it comes out? Is that?
I mean, when it comes out, if it's interesting, I may talk about that. We'll see. Let's go to the next thing. What do we have here? Okay, so the next thing we got going on is, and I know you didn't see this either. Yasuke. Now,
what is that? Oh, is that the samurai?
That's the samurai thing.
That's out already?
Yes, it's out already.
Oh, damn, that was out. Damn.
Well,
I should have watched.
I'm sorry, Eli. I'm gonna spoil it for you. Oh, they say coming out via Prime in June. I may check it out. It depends. I'm not really like a big Chris Pratt fan, but if it catches my attention, maybe. Honestly, it depends on how much social media buzz it gets. If it gets social media buzz, I'll talk about it. You know what, Jake? Nah, for you. I'll talk about it. We'll review it because we got
a request. We got a request.
Yes, we got a request. We will talk about that movie. Guaranteed.
We will watch the Tomorrow War.
We will watch Tomorrow War. Whatever the fuck that is, we will watch it. All right. Now let's talk about Yasuke. Eli, I'm sorry. I got to spoil it for you. Okay. But before we get to it, we're going to do some setup on it because people were like, what the fuck is a Yasuke? Why am I talking about this shit? We are the comic book bullies, not the anime bullies. Why are we talking about an anime? And I'll tell you why we're talking about an anime. Because this anime is about samurai. And first off, it's Yasuke. I'm tired of people butchering Japanese pronunciations. It's not Yakuze or Yasuke. It's Yasuke. Just like Street Fighter, Ryu from Street Fighter is not Ryu from Street Fighter. He's Ryu. It's not Ninja Gaiden. It's Ninja Gaiden. Get the shit right. My little pet peeve.
On the den.
Gaiden. Gaiden. Right. Just not Gaiden. You know. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Too much anime this episode. This is the only anime we're doing. Well, the only anime I'm doing. After this, we're not doing anime again. And that should tell you what I think about this one. Okay, so Eli, like I said, this is about Yasuke, the Japanese samurai, which is very little information is actually made about him. But he started to get his name out there in historical figure. Basically, he was a slave that was sold to a Japanese clan, and he rose through the ranks. They gave him a sword, gave him a house, gave him all stuff like that. Nobody really knows what happened to him. So the history of Yasuke is really sketchy. So it gives them room to kind of maneuver and kind of breathe life into it and do whatever they want to with it. You know, they have creative freedom with this, you know. And it was brought
the legend
of Yasuke, right? And it was brought to life by Lakeith Stanfield, who also voiced Yasuke in this.
He did the voice? Okay. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, this suit is wore to the Oscars. You know, when you want to go to the Oscars at 7 p.m., but you got to sell a key of cocaine at 8. You know, or a key of cocaine at 7:01. It's the Oscars, so yeah.
You know what's fucked up? I had no idea the Oscars were last week. I had no idea.
I didn't give a shit.
I had no idea they were even on and shit until I saw.
Did you see that shit Gomer posted? Did you see that shit Gomer posted? Gomer posted the like the ratings levels of it. The video game awards did like twice as much as the Oscars as far as ratings wise. Like, what the fuck? What are we talking about? Yasuke. Okay, so we're talking about Yasuke. So here's the thing about Yasuke. Like I said, it's a tale of two stories. It's basically the old retired samurai, because it shows him like 20 years later after the whole shit of what we know. He's 20 years later. He's escorting this girl. It's got magic powers. He's got to escort the girl. You know, it's Lone Wolf and Cub, you know, The Mandalorian, Old Man Logan, Dark Knight Returns, all that shit. You know, old guy, young chick, whatever like that. Here's my thing, Eli. This anime is too anime for me. I wasn't expecting it to be there. Like, I know because here's the thing, like I said, Yasuke was supposed to be this movie that Chadwick Boseman was going to make before he passed. He didn't get a chance to. So, you know, the license got passed around a lot. But this thing is just, it's too wild for me. I mean, like, I just want to see a black samurai carve up motherfuckers. That's all I came for. I didn't come to see witches.
Afro Samurai.
Afro Samurai, you know, something like that. Whatever this was, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting robots, witches, werewolves, mutants, you know, goblins.
That's all in there?
Yes.
Oh,
all that shit is in there.
I'm gonna watch this shit later. I'm gonna go watch this shit.
Well, I'm trying to talk you out of watching this shit. You're gonna watch this shit.
That sounds awesome.
What the fuck, man? Like, I'm trying. Or like, did it have like the poppy theme song, like Funky Fujiyama Go? No, and that's what I wanted.
And then the end credits is all a ballad, like.
That's actually the intro. The intro starts like. The intro starts off like that, like all anime-ish and shit, you know. So stuff like that. So, and my thing is this the weirdest shit about this anime is that, okay, you got witches, robots, and all this shit like that, and nobody blinks an eye. But a black samurai shows up, they're like, Nunye, you know, just freak the fuck out like that. Like, what the fuck, man? A robot just flew by, but a black samurai gets you. I'm like, man, so I don't know what the fuck's going on with this show, man.
Oh, shit.
So it's just like, what the fuck is going on with this show? But it's too much weird shit going on in this show. Too weird for me. Now I get it. You don't have we don't know everything about Yasuke, so you're gonna have some creative freedom. But they have two halves of it because, like, they show him when he's the old and doing this shit, you know, escorting this chick that I don't give a fuck about. But then they show him in the days of when he's in the whatever clan he's in, and that shit is way more interesting than anything else they did in the show. And I will give them this: the animation of it is amazing. And just the look of it. I'll even go as far as saying the look of Yasuke in this show is iconic. Like, you're going to see a bunch of just fan art just popping up with him, you know, teaming up with Afro Samurai. Right. He ain't even got a sword. This is when he was a slave and he just had to just fight somebody. You know, he gets all that shit later on. I want to show all that shit because it does get kind of bloody and shit like that. So, and my thing is, like you said, let me go back to Lakeith Stanfield. Lakeith Stanfield does the voice acting of it. Eli, his voice acting is weak. It's weak. Terrible. That's one of the reasons I couldn't get into the show, because it was fucking terrible, man. I had to switch it to Japanese. Like, just give me a Japanese dude doing a black dude's voice. So yeah, I just couldn't get into this show, man. It's too weird for me. I mean, maybe oh, can you still hear me? I'm good. Okay.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
Thought it blinked out for a second. So, like I said, maybe other people will like this. If you're in the anime, this may be like specifically geared for you. But like I said, I'm not an anime person. So when I got into this one, I was expecting this, but it went that way. I was like, I can't with this.
You were expecting The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, with but a black Tom Cruise?
Basically, yeah.
Instead of, you got Afro Samurai.
Right.
Well, Afro Samurai, wasn't he like fighting a giant teddy bear with machine guns and shit?
No, because I think it was a guy in a giant teddy bear with machine guns. Yeah. So I was cool with that. You know. So yeah, that's my thing. And Jake, like I said, this may be other people's thing. This may be their bag. Eli, you may love this shit. This may be right up your alley. Robots, witches, mutants, you know, with a black samurai.
I don't hate anime. It's just I have a hard time investing the time into anime because there's so many of them and they're so many episodes. They go on and like I just have a hard time finishing them. You know. Well,
I got good news for you, Eli. I got good news for you. I'm about to sell you on this.
Oh yeah.
6 episodes.
Cool.
30 minutes.
Cool. Yeah, that's like
get in, get out,
hours.
you know.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, you get in, get out, you watch it. But to be honest with you, this anime had a hard time keeping my attention. It was kind of slow. It's kind of boring for me. But that's me. Like I said, I'm not a huge anime guy. I may not be the target audience, Eli. I may not be the demographic. You know, that's just me. You know. Yeah. And they had like a kind of hip hop soundtrack, but honestly, I thought the soundtrack sucked. That's just me. I would have wished we had some of that poppy Japanese shit, the shit you were talking about. That would have kept me interested. You know. I will say the very last song in episode 6, that shit would catch as hell. I need to find that on SoundCloud.
Believe in the power of love.
I don't even know what that is, but I'm just going.
Isn't that like Sailor Moon or some shit?
Dude, come on, man. I feel insulted, man. I feel attacked. You know? Oh man. All right, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, that song's in my head now. That's gonna be the outro song now.
The hell it will. Is the anime movie? No boobies in this. No tits in this. That's the thing. And you expected an anime, but I guess anime is change from what it used to be. So that's why I couldn't get into it. But that's me. All right. But Eli, you're up.
Am I?
You're up. Yeah. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you the floor. Okay. We're talking about now.
Okay.
Yeah, now, Eli, you gotta talk to me about this because I have no idea what this is. So you gotta sell the people on this. We actually have people watching this shit.
It was shit.
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you. Cliff is in the house. Cliff and I finally agree on something because every time I like some shit, Cliff is quick to come in here and just say that was shit you just said. But if he doesn't like it and I don't like it, that should tell you something. So thank you, Cliff.
Okay, Rutherford Falls. It's a new show on Peacock.
Wait, Cliff, were you talking about Rutherford Falls with shit?
No, I think he was talking about your anime because he just showed up. So. Okay. Unless did Cliff watch Rutherford Falls?
Right.
Anyways, from the creators of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Parks and Rec, I guess Superstore, a bunch of like TV comedies. and this is about like a town, a fictional town, like I think it's in upstate New York, called Rutherford Falls. And the town, Ed Helms plays the descendant of the town's, the guy who created the town. And he's like tries to preserve the history and stuff and the statue. Fuck you, just sold me Eli. Nobody gets to buy me. Nobody can fucking.
You can't buy people anymore.
You can't buy me, man. You can't afford this ill na. Cliff is just saying yes. I don't know what you mean.
Okay. Oh man.
So, anyways, Rutherford Falls. But the catch is what sold me is it's created by an indigenous writer. So
okay, so it's not like Good Times where it's an all-black cast with a whole bunch of white writers. So it's not like that.
It's not the native TV family sitcom that I've been waiting for, but it's pretty close. It's not quite on primetime American TV yet, but it's close. It's on the streaming service. It's on Peacock. You do have to sign up. You get a 7-day free trial. You can watch all the episodes. Their
slogan is "Free as a bird."
Yeah.
That's catchy.
Yeah, you can watch the first 3 episodes for free, but then after that, you have to sign up. But you get a 7-day free trial, and it's only 10 half-hour episodes, so you're in and out. But I've watched this twice so far because this is probably one of the best representations of Native Americans on TV, like ever. This is the straight-up natives being human, having family. You know, there's comedy, there's fucking funny, humor that natives get. You know, inside jokes.
That's what I'm going to ask you. Was it like inside jokes that? Okay.
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff that natives would get. Like Native Americans are the demographic, and that's kind of nice for a change. It's kind of nice to be the demographic for once. You know. And I guess this show was hard to get off the ground. It's hard to because people would not. You know, the creator kept saying, we don't have an audience for it. You know, no one's going to get this. No one's going to want to watch this. So it was cool to see that somebody took a gamble and they there's a tons of native writers on the show. And yeah, it was funny. It's basically centers around these two people. Ed Helms, of course, they had to get the white guy on there. And
you gotta take chances so far. So
yeah, so it's about and what's her name? I gotta get to her. I don't want to butcher her name. I don't know if I'm gonna say it right. And it ain't an name.
They're gonna come after you if you fuck it up. I just want you to know that.
Well, the thing is, it's not a native name. It's actually a white name.
Oh, that's okay. Looks like cows and shit, you know.
So Jana Schmieding. That's her. She is like Lakota. She's straight up native. She's like one of the top billed stars on this show. Newcomer. She's funny as hell, and she plays opposite with Ed Helms. They're like two best friends. They grew up in this town together. He's trying to preserve the history of his family. She's trying to preserve the history of the tribe, of her people. She's trying to She's trying to start a museum, and it's just about them trying to, you know, start these museums. You know, he wants to preserve his town name. She's trying to get a cultural center going, and she's trying to get funding from the tribe. And then this deals with the casino, and you know how casinos are run. We have Michael Grey Eyes, who's one of our go-to native actors. He's been on Fear the Walking Dead. He was on True Detective. He was in Blood Quantum. You know, he's been in a bunch of movies playing Sitting Bull, Little Crazy Horse, and all. You know, he's one of our go-to native actors. Kind of like Fresh Off the Boat,
yeah.
But it's not like they just moved. They're not immigrants because we fucking been here.
Right.
Fresh Off the Boat was like they were immigrants.
Oh, I will also say this: Kim Convenience shits on Fresh Off the Boat. That's just me. But anyway.
And I heard that fucking the guy who wrote the Fresh Off the Boat book hates this show. That's what I heard.
Really? Okay.
But yeah, it's basic. But we see native family dynamic, native comedy, natives just being funny. Like seeing Michael Grey Eyes, who's always playing a tough guy. He's always playing dramatic roles. You know, the tough Indian guy in the buckskin. That's all he ever gets.
He was in Wind River also, right?
No, he wasn't in Wind River. He wasn't in there.
Okay.
but he's always playing the stoic Indian guy, and to see him like be funny and like do comedic dialogue, it was so refreshing, So I was super into it. It was just cool to see my people on TV being funny, not being a bummer most of the time. If it's a native movie, it's a bummer. It's a tragic fucking sob story that I'm sick of that shit. So
we get it. We all tired of black trauma movies too. So yeah, we understand.
Yeah. I know white folks got this, fascination with native trauma, native suffering. Minority suffering
for us when we watch this shit, man.
Yeah, I don't need to be reminded how shitty it is to be a minority. I don't
like we know.
Yeah. So to see just natives being funny, being witty, and it's funny. It's generally funny. There was some laugh out loud moments where I was just like really laughing. It was like Parks and Rec or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I mean, the same writers were on that show, but it also tackles a lot of issues, a lot of, current events, socio-political, commentary that is going on in native country, that stuff that natives deal with. They make references to like pipelines and Standing Rock, but they're not preaching about it. They don't preach. That's what was cool. They address all these issues without being preachy, without lecturing anybody. They even talk about cancel culture, and it was fucking hilarious. There's like black folks, they're talking like, they're like, I know Bill Cosby's canceled, but can we still watch Different World? Like,
if you produced it,
Yeah. And one guy's like, you know what? I still listen to Michael Jackson. And then the old white guy's like, what did Michael Jackson do? And they're all like, what the fuck? But yeah, there's a black mayor. Yeah, there's a scene. She's the first black woman mayor of that town, and she heads off she has this like scene with Michael Grey Eyes, the casino, the guy who runs the casino, like the tribal council guy, and they kind of have this like sort of meeting of the minds. Well, she's like, I'm the first black mayor of this town, and he's like, oh, I get it. I have to, they kind of like find things in common and stuff like that. And there's even black people on the council. So it even addressed, without going into it, it even talks about black natives, and that they exist. You see like black people on the council, like, okay, this is a black person, but they got native blood in it, blood in them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it really just dives deep into native culture without preaching, without lecturing you. And it's still funny,
I gotta ask you, like, what would you call a black native? Like, you got Afro-Latino. What do you call a black native?
I just heard them call them black Indians or black natives. I've seen that.
Oh, man, so they haven't branded it yet? It's okay. It's maybe not
I don't know, but that's a thing. Is like, but that exists. Black natives do exist, and that's another reason why Native American numbers are so down. Our population numbers are so down because a lot of the black natives didn't want to kept it secret. They knew they could get shot on sight back in the day if anybody knew they were native,
right?
So they lied about it. That's why the native population numbers aren't as big as they should be.
Because even though they have the native blood, they're not claiming the native blood. So
yeah. And there's a scene where like the white liberal, they kind of shit on white liberals and shit like that. The guy, he's like doing this podcast, this like he's like an NPR journalist, and he's interviewing the tribal councilman, and he kind of like says some shit that, like, hey, you're running a casino, aren't you selling out your culture? And he puts him in his place, and it's a great monologue. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Okay, I gotta watch this show now. You sold me on it.
Yeah, it really dives deep into native culture without, like I said, without preaching and without being a bummer. And and talking about how shitty we've had it and stuff. It's funny. It's like funny. You see natives.
It's a comedy. Yeah,
it's a comedy. It is a comedy. And what's her name? Jana Schmeeding. She's funny, and she's a big girl too. And that's another thing. She's a big girl who hooks up with the hot white dude, and it's like.
Not Ed Helms, right? I hope he's not.
No.
Okay.
I won't spoil who Ed Helms hooks up with. I won't spoil that. But
don't do it.
But she hooks up, like, she's a big girl, but she doesn't. They're not like, they don't make like slapstick out of it. You know what I mean? Like she's like Melissa McCarthy or like Rebel Wilson. You know how they're kind of like the goofy, funny fat chick. You know, they don't go there at all. She is just there. She attracts this hot white guy. They have a thing, and it's just there. You know, and it's like it breaks it breaks stereotypes. It throws all the stereotypes out the window. It makes fun of stereotypes. You know, he's talking to the tribal council guy's talking to the black mayor, and he's like, "Haven't you people taken away enough from us?" And she's like, "What do you mean, my people?" He's like, "Oh, sorry, I'm used to talking to white people."
Yeah, don't spoil him in jokes. Don't spoil him in jokes, man.
Yeah, it's fun. Like it's funny.
Yeah,
you know? It's generally funny. So check it out. It's on Peacock. It's basically the native show I've been waiting for. Not quite on American primetime. It is on the streaming service. But still, it was really good.
They dipped the toe in, so yeah.
No.
So what is Longmire?
I watched season 1 of Longmire. It was like he was like a detective, like a cowboy detective in Wyoming. Didn't that guy do Wind River too? The guy who was on that show or did that show? I don't know. Must not be Cherokee. They kicked out the free. Yeah. Okay, yeah, well, Cherokee, they got relocated.
Also go like this. Okay, so the reason we haven't talked about them, because I've heard that them is another one of those black trauma shows, and I've had my fill of those, so I'm good on that. So.
I saw like a Twitter rant where people like were like, "Fuck this," and like black people like, "We're tired of this shit." So I didn't bother watching it anymore.
I can't do it anymore, man. We get tired of seeing get the shit beat out of us, and you know all stuff like that. We're tired of it. We want something else. Yeah. And that's another thing. Like we were talking about. I saw another thread talking about like we were talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier. How everybody was saying that Isaiah Bradley should get his own TV shows like that. I'm like, do we really need that? Because if we get it, we're just gonna get another black trauma show where he's just getting tortured for 30 years. I don't know if I need that or not. I'm cool with him giving the backstory, you know. And
then he ends up in jail.
The end, right? I'm like
at the end.
I'm good on that. I'm all right.
Yeah.
No more slave movies. Yeah, just no more slave movies. No, our civil rights leader getting assassinated. All stuff. I'm good on that.
I'm sick of
more Rosewood movies. You know.
Yeah, I'm sick. Like I said, I'm sick of like the Native massacre movies or the movies about you know the fucking residential schools or whatever, or you know, I'm sick of, you know, relocation movies or whatever, or the movie where the Indian killer, you know, has a change of heart by meeting the nice Indian guy and like, oh man, I feel bad for killing all your people because you're all right by me.
Right.
You know, I don't need any of that shit anymore.
Right. I'm good on that. If Hollywood can make as many of those shows and TV movies as they want, I'm out. You know, that's just me. So that's why I didn't want to really diss this new Michael B. Jordan movie too bad, because he is doing something different. You know, he is basically doing an action movie, you know, and we don't. How many times you see a black action hero in a big budget movie like that? Almost never, you know.
Yeah. So that's why. I
mean, so what? Carl Weathers and Action Jackson. I mean, shit, you know.
Yeah, or it's like exploitation, and that's what was cool. Like I said, Michael Gray Eyes, this native actor, he's always playing like a chief, or he's always in buckskin. Or he's always like a criminal or somebody. He's always like the tough, stoic guy who barely gets any lines. And here we see him be funny. And like he was in Blood Quantum. And that's why I love Blood Quantum, because at the core, that movie is about a native family drama. Only zombies happen. You know, the zombies, the backdrop, you know, you know, and it was just cool to see natives just living and like, and I read this thing, or I heard an interview with the creator of the show. She's like, natives just being human and existent shouldn't be this revolutionary thing, you know? Right. You know, and you know, it shouldn't, like Blood Quantum shouldn't be considered a foreign film. You know what I mean? You know?
Even though it's for people that would live here the whole time. So,
you know, so Rutherford Falls, check it out. It's funny. I thought it was funny, but then all
right. We got it. Let's lighten the mood. And we're talking about a comedy, man. Why are we so depressed? Let's talk about let's lighten the mood a little bit. Let's talk about Green Lantern. Green Lantern from HBO Max has finally cast that lead. Eli, have you done any, have you heard anything about this or whatever?
I heard a little bit about it.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so like I said, HBO Max, they have announced their lead. The lead of the movie is going to be Guy Gardner. He's the lead,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they have cast their lead. Some guy, I forgot his name. Don't know his name. Don't really give a shit what his name is. But yeah, he's playing Guy Gardner. People are mad because people want it. Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Not getting it. They haven't even announced that Jon Stewart has even been cast in the movie. He might not even be in the TV show, or they might say for season 2. Or we don't know what's going on. They say Alan Scott's going to be in it. Some other people are going to be in it. I think like a chipmunk is going to be in it or whatever. Kilowat's going to be in it, but not him. But here's the thing, big news about Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart was this close to being in the Snyder Cut. Matter of fact, Zack Snyder is back up to his old tricks again. He's been releasing footage on Twitter. This is the guy that was going to play Jon Stewart. He was in mocap, the whole thing and everything like that. Zack Snyder even took a picture on Twitter in front of his driveway. He said he shot the scene.
So he shot that shit in his driveway.
In his driveway, he shot the scene.
Did he just shoot the whole Snyder Cut in his driveway?
Like a damn fan film. I mean, but like I said, the end scene where Bruce Wayne is talking to Martian Manhunter like that, that's in front of his driveway. He had to swap the scene out because Warner Brothers told him, no, you cannot use Jon Stewart. He's like, but I already shot the scene. Like, nope, can't use it. So he had to reshoot it with Martian Manhunter and stuff like that. So kind of mad, but it's cool. I think everybody's just happy as long as we don't get Hal Jordan in the show. That's all. He's not going to be there. Whatever Green Lantern you get, as long as he's not there, he is the worst. I can't stand Hal Jordan. He is the most boring Green Lantern they have. He is the unseasoned chicken of Green Lanterns. Nobody likes him. So as long as he's as far away from the show as possible, I'm cool with it. You know, I think for people that don't know, I think we need to talk about Guy Gardner for a second, like the character of Guy Gardner. Cliff knows who he is, but a lot of people don't. So what did I just do? I don't know what I just did. Anyway, so I want to talk about the thing that made Guy Gardner famous. And this is the thing that's a big deal for me. So, like I said, you have Guy Gardner is famous for one thing, talking shit to Batman, taking off his ring, saying he can take Batman, actually leave the Justice League, and Batman punches him one time, knocks him the fuck out with one punch. Yes. That is the one thing that Guy Gardner is known for out of anything else he's done in the DC universe. He is the original One Punch Man. So, yeah. So that's Guy Gardner. That's all I want to talk about with us. So, yeah, let's move on.
Batman hates the lanterns.
He hates all of them.
He hates Hal Jordan, too.
Yeah, all of them. He really don't even like Jon Stewart that much either, you know. But I kind of get it. Some writers have kind of played into it because Batman is about the darkness, the shadows, you know, where the Green Lanterns, they get their power from, you know, the light, being boisterous, being out in the open, stuff like that. So those two personalities are going to clash. So yes. So Batman has an issue with all Green Lanterns, but especially Guy Gardner. Because Guy Gardner would be like, I specifically say fuck Batman, you know. I
remember there was an issue I read with Batman just talking shit about Hal. Like all the power, all the shit that he could create with that ring.
The dark side, bro.
Yeah. And they give it to that dumbass, basically. Making hammers and shit or whatever he was saying.
Okay, yeah, Cliff. They got. I don't know who all of me. Guy Gardner is the lead. Alan Scott's going to be in it also. The old Green Golden Age GL. Kilowatt is going to be on it. I don't know who else is going to be on it, but that's all they named so far. No Jon Stewart. No Hal Jordan. No Kyle Rayner. Or we might get Kyle Rayner. I don't know for sure. They might come to it. Jake, why do everybody hate Hal? Because he fucking sucks. That's why. He's boring. That's the thing about it. He has absolutely zero personality. At least every other Green Lantern has a personality. Like I said, Jon Stewart is like the military-minded, tactical one. You know, Guy Gardner's the asshole. Kyle Rayner is kind of like the surrogate comic book fan because he's an artist. So when he's doing his Green Lantern shit, he's just artistic with it. Like the artist goes crazy. If you're a comic book fan and you like to draw, you're gonna be drawn to Kyle Rayner. And then Joe Mullen, the new one, she got a fat ass. So whoever they get to play her, you know, what's her name? What's her name, Eli? The one from that movie. Shit.
The one
Janelle Monáe. That's your Joe. That's your Joe right there. That's your Joe right there. That's my crush right there. Is the show gonna be different than the movie they're developing? They're not making a movie. The TV show is what they're doing. So, yeah, it's going to be on HBO Max. So they're actually putting money behind it. So that being said, can move on to the next part. They're coming in hot. What we got? I got Cal. If Calvin had the fridge. Cliff, that's a deep cut right there. That's a deep cut. I get it. I understood that reference, but that's a deep cut.
They ain't gonna let them do that shit.
They might. I don't know. We don't know what the fuck they might let them do. But yeah, like I said, then we're gonna move to the next part of the podcast. Like I said, it's coming.
They should do it, but fucking they ain't gonna let them do it.
They shouldn't. They should. Do you in 2021?
They ain't gonna let. Yeah, they ain't gonna. I say do it. I say do it. Just but they're gonna.
Oh hell no! No, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And we don't even know if Cal Rainey gonna be on it, but if Cal Rainey is on it, don't do that. Don't fridge anybody. So yeah. Now I think about they should do it. Just because it'd be controversy.
Oh, remember when I was talking about Slumber Party Massacre?
Yeah.
And how I said it was made by women.
Yeah.
There's a chick in a fridge. They find a dead chick in a fridge in that movie too.
Well, that's different. That's fridging is different. Which let Hoodie just give up the booty. Okay. I know what you're talking about, Cliff. Let's talk about that. Now, here's the thing, Cliff. If you read, I'm gonna put that quote back up there because, like I said, Eli and I we review the Watchmen graphic novel. Hooded Justice is gay in the graphic novel with Captain Metropolis. They're gay, but the thing, the only way you would know that you have to read the very end of it. The excerpt, that long text expert in there is like a quick line that they basically faked a relationship with Silk Spectre with Hooded Justice to throw the press off that Hooded Justice and Captain Metropolis were in a gay relationship. So it's all canonical. It's all canon. Can't blame HBO. It's a thing. Now, can you blame HBO for showing it? Possibly, but it's HBO. That's what they do. It's not TV. What we talking about? Okay, like I said, this comic book bullies, where we talk about the comic books. And Eli, you have like a shitload of books. I'm gonna let you go first, and we're just gonna go with that.
What did you read? Did you? Do we have any overlap? Did we?
Oh, we do not. We do not at all.
You didn't read any of the shit I read? You didn't read Berserker?
Nope. I'm out. I checked out. I realized what the book is going to be. It got picked up for a season, so I'm just like, whatever needs to be done, I watch some TV show.
Oh shit! I did 2 Moons too. Fuck.
I can put on there. It's no big deal.
Okay, I'll start out with. Let's see. What did I do?
It's fine.
Beta Ray Bill.
It's not quite the same thing, Cliff, but I see where you're going with it. But yeah.
Should I do Beta Ray Bill?
Sure.
All right. Okay. So Beta Ray Bill, number 2, Daniel Warren Johnson on the art and writing. So basically, Thor broke Stormbreaker. So Beta Ray Bill can't turn into a human no more. And so he got pissed off at Thor last issue, said, "Fuck you, Thor. I'm out. I'm not going to be your babysitter, Asgard's babysitter anymore. So you can go out and do all the cool shit you need to do." So he takes off. He's trying to go find Odin to see if he could find a weapon that will give him his power back. On the way, he finds Scourge, and they find
he killed him. But whatever.
No, he was like, "I'm back from Valhalla. So boring. I'm here to chill." So, and then they find Odin, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't have the power. I gave up being a god. I don't have the power anymore. But you know what? If you go to the Muspelheim?
Muspelheim, yeah. Basically, they're hell. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you go there and get Surtur's sword, it will grant you the power." So
did they call it the Twilight Sword?
Yeah, the Twilight Sword. So okay, cool. So basically, Beta Ray Bill, Pip the Troll, and Scourge basically go to hell. But something happens to the ship, and it's like malfunction or whatever. And then they're like, "Oh, what the fuck? What's going on?" And then Scuttlebutt, the ship, basically manifests itself into a robot.
They can do that? Wait. Let me zoom in on that.
Yeah.
Shit, I fuck it up. Hold on. Okay. A sexy robot.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's what it says, "to be continued." So pretty cool. I'm into this. I like Daniel Warren Johnson's art. I love his shit. And yeah, so yeah, 4 out of 5. I dug this.
Nice. Okay. Shoot, I guess it's on me now. I wasn't ready, but I guess I'm going to get ready. So yeah, the book I'm going to do next, I'm just going to jump to this bad boy and just start over. Book I'm going to do, well, not next, but first is Robin #1. Book I've actually been looking for a while. I'm like, what the hell's going on with Robin? What's going to do? This is about Damian Wayne, not any other Robin. The GOAT Robin, the best Robin is the one they're doing this book on. That's what it's about. Done by Josh Williamson. Like I said, if people have keeping up with Robin, basically, last time we saw Robin in the Teen Titans book, he fought Batman, told Batman, fuck you, threw him the Robin suit, and left. We haven't seen Robin.
Is this Damien?
This is Damien. Yeah, it's all about Damien.
Oh, I thought it was fucking Tim Drake. Okay.
Fuck Tim Drake. Anybody that likes Tim Drake doesn't read comics anymore. They haven't read this shit since the 90s. So no, this is about Damian Wayne. This is the center of it. And basically, like I said, we haven't seen Damian like at all since whenever that shit went down, like 6 months ago or whenever that shit went down. So Damian is back, and basically how the book starts off, I'm gonna see if I can get to it. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so basically how the book starts off is that Batman, and then basically Batman is just talking about his son. He was just like, yeah, my son Damian Wayne, when I first met him, it looked like I was looking in a mirror. Yes, he's an asshole. Yes, he gets on my fucking nerves, but he pretty much acts just like me. That's why we always get into it. And the reason he left is part of the reason. I understand it because he blames me for Alfred, blames me for Gotham, blames me for Bane, blames me for everything. So I get it why he left. But so he's got everybody, all the Bat family on the trail looking for Robin, for Damian, because like the credit cards haven't been used. None of the Bat armor's been used. He's off the grid, like off the grid. You can't find him. Nobody can find him. So like, well, where is he? And it turns out he's in a cage match with King Snake. And King Snake is like, I've met one of you little birds before, but you're different. You're the real one, aren't you? You're the son of the Batman. And he's like, you talk too much. So Robin, we can cut to the end of it. Yeah, Robin kicks shit out of him pretty easily. But the reason he's doing this is because he's trying to get a token to the League, the League of Legends or League of Lazarus.
Oh,
something.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Him and his ma were doing some shit. Like, yeah. I read like the little. So I didn't know that this was. I thought this was another Robin book. I thought it was another Robin. I didn't know it was going to be.
No. This is about the good Robin, the one that we care about. We give a shit about.
Yeah,
not the other one. So yeah, so he takes out King Snake, and King Snake, because King Snake starts talking shit. You're the son of the Batman, right? And you're the son of the ghoul, or like that. Like, aren't both your families on hard time right now? He's like, don't talk shit about my family. And then he just goes to work on him, just beat the shit out of King Snake. They're like, knock out. The fan goes crazy. The reason he's here is because he's trying to get basically a pass to the League of Legends or Legolos. So you know the shit better than I do.
Yeah, League of Lazarus or some shit. Like, I think it's like, is it like people that like League members that were resurrected or something?
Is that a thing? I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's something like that. Yeah. So
anyway, in Robin's spare time, in Damian's spare time, he's reading anime, which I'm going to bring up a point to later on. And he's also having conversations with Alfred in his head. He's basically telling him you shouldn't be doing this. Because here's the thing, Damian is doing this because my father did this to find himself in his teenage years. He went all around the world, trained, went to different places, stuff like that. Why don't I do the same shit and follow my footsteps? And basically, Alfred is ahead telling him, you shouldn't do this. You should go back home and stuff like that. He was like, no, if my dad did it, I'm going to do it, So then he gets a pass. He gets a token. He's like, you got to be at the thing in 14 minutes or we leave without you. Because basically what it is that the League of Legends, whatever, it's a tournament, basically. He's going to Mortal Kombat, basically. So he's going to play, and he's got all these supervillains on hand. Like, who did you fight to be here? I fought Bronze Tiger. I paid him off to get here. Who'd you fight? I had to fight Richard Dragon. So like, and who the fuck is this guy? They like, I thought they had an age limit for this tournament, So Robin's just there, just chilling, and they finally get there and they meet. Yeah, Lazarus. They go to Lazarus Island, and the thing is that the winner of Lazarus Island gets the the key to something or like that. And then people getting off there, the people that know it, they're like, oh shit, I know he's not here. And who does he meet? He meets Ravager. You're like, wait, does my dad know you're here? Son, daughter of Deathstroke. And this is Respawn. I don't know who that is. Fuck it. I don't know if he's a Deathstroke ripoff or a Deadpool ripoff. I don't know which one, you know. I don't even think it matters, you know. So we get to it, and then they finally meet the M. Bison or the Shang Chung of the island, Mother Soul. You're like, this is tournament for me. And she basically telling everybody, whoever's here, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. I'm give you that's I think that's Oliver Queen's son, kind of Hawk. He was on the show. He was on the CW show anyway, but he was Diggle's son there, so it don't really matter. That's neither here nor there. And then while she's talking, Robin starts talking. Y'all talk too much. I came here to fight. Fuck all this talking shit. And she was like, and Ravage is trying to tell him, shut the fuck up, Robin. Like, they got rules here. And they're like, don't talk to me. I am Robin. I am son of the bat. I am daughter of the demon. So how does it work? Oh, when are you going to take me on one-on-one? Is everybody going to fight me at the same time? Because I came to win this fight. I don't give a fuck. I have more experience in my 14 years of my life than all of you do combined. You know, just talking the most cast winning shit out of anybody that had ever lived that came to this island. And she's just like, you know what? I wasn't going to invite everybody to have dinner before we start the fight, but I don't mind a good show. So who wants to take them on first? Like, I want to take them on. And it's Flatline. I don't know who the fuck this is. That maybe somebody just made up. Doesn't really matter. She shows up and they start fighting, stuff like that. And Robin's like, do you know who I am? I've been trained by the best fighters that ever lived. She's like, really? Because I've been trained by the best fighters that have ever died. And when they die, I learned how they died. I learned from their mistakes. You've been trained by Batman. I heard Batman never loses. So if you fought somebody that never lost, how can you learn? So she was like, don't worry about all that. And then she blocks his attack. And she's like, oh, they didn't tell you about the rules of the League of Legolas or whatever. And then, bam, she hits him with a strike on Lazarus Island. We play to the death. And she holds Robin's heart, yes, in her hand. His heart has been ripped out like fucking a fatality. And he just went down. Like, fatality. And Robin just looking at like, wait, I'm dead? To be continued. That's the story.
No. So they're just gonna throw his ass in the pit and bring him back to life.
They're bring him back, but it's still pretty awesome that he talking all this shit, and then the first fight he gets his ass whooped. So yeah.
Well, damn, I should have read this then. I didn't know it was about Damien. I thought it was somebody else.
You thought about Tim Drake or whatever the fuck.
Well, because fucking Damien gave up being Robin. I didn't know it was gonna.
Right, we thought it was gonna be something else, but no, he's just Robin. He called himself Robin, but yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. So
yeah. Shit.
So we know he's gonna get returned or whatever like that. But I mean, he lost the tournament, so like I don't know how that's gonna work, but I guess that's why you got to read issue 2. So yeah. So what you got?
I got let's see. Should I do Berserker since you didn't read it?
Go for it.
Berserker, written by Keanu Reeves and Matt Kint. This is his indie book on Boom Studios, where he's just this immortal killer assassin working for the government and taking out like other world leaders and shit. Well, we get his backstory. So basically he was like a Viking or something back like 100,000 years ago, to some like Celtic Druid Viking tribe or whatever. And their tribe kept on getting attacked by marauders, by barbarians and shit, pillaging their village. And so his mom basically goes into like the cave and like prays to the gods to like help them, give them a weapon or give them something to protect our people. And you got to see this. You should have read this. This is crazy. This is my book of the week. Fuck it.
Already, damn, just 6.5 out of 5.
Yeah, she goes into this cave and she's like praying to the gods and shit. And then she gets struck by lightning, but she like has sex with like the lightning bolt.
Wait, what?
Like like the lightning strikes and like turns into like a dude, like a lightning dude. And then you can see her uterus getting struck by lightning and shit. And she has sex with the lightning bolt. And that's how she's conceived. The babe, Keanu, the Berserker guy is conceived. So she gives birth to this kid who's just like ferocious. He's like ripping apart wolves and bears and cheetahs with his bare hands. So they're like, okay, we got to teach you how to fight. So they teach him how to fight. And he like, the barbarians show up one day to like pillage their village again. And he like the kid, he's only like 10 years old. He single-handedly like takes out. Yeah, here he is with he's like a little kid with a
Oh,
hatchet
damn.
and a spear,
Yeah.
and you remember that violence from the last book? Well, he
Right.
does it like Viking style. He's like ripping apart horses and shit.
What the fuck?
And it's like super graphic, and he's punching off people's heads and shit, ripping out spines, and totally graphic and ill. Metal as fuck, yeah. Ooh. Yeah. And that basically, yeah. So, but kind of established that he constantly has this thirst for battle, for war, and he's like talking to the back in present time. He's talking to that like psychologist, or he's in that lab, in the government lab, and they're like fixing his wounds and shit, and saying that was basically the time when he had his parents. That's when he felt happy. And now it's like millenniums later, thousands of millenniums later, and he's just been this depressed guy who just likes to kill. And that's kind of where
it made it sound like he was one of the first humans or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah. So it's just ill. This book is just awesome.
Okay. For those that haven't heard, and because we never talked about it on here, this has been picked up for a TV show. I can't remember who picked it up, but yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. I hope we get to see spines getting ripped out. So
right.
by a little kid ripping out a barbarian spine. I better see that shit, or else fuck that show. Don't bother.
Being picked up by Disney Plus. You're not gonna see none of that shit. Oh man. So is it on me? So okay. What are we gonna do next? Is it Superman? Action Comics number 1030 is what we're doing. All right. So like I said, we haven't done Superman in a while. I got tired of the damn artwork, but the artwork in this one I have come around to. I actually, kind of like it. So let's just jump into it.
Who's doing it? John Romita Jr.?
Hell no. I don't fool with John Romita Jr. Oh, even though he did, that's when I dropped it. So anyway, the book starts off as books called the storyline is called Worldwide Rising. So we start off in World, where these people are praying to Mongol, and it's Mongol Jr., not Mongol Sr., because he killed Mongol Sr., and people are saying that they won't respect you because you killed your father. You're just some bullshit ass prince that just think he's the king. And all these people are praying to him, stuff like that. And then when this one guy comes in, don't worry about it. I brought you a gift, Mongol. These people are going to slit your throat the moment they get you, but I'm the only one that you can trust. And I'm going to show you why I can trust you. And then he dumps a bunch of heads on the ground. He was like, these are all your sons. So everybody thinking like, whoa, you just killed all my sons. And so everybody's just like, let me go for his head. I'm going to, flay his skin. I'm going to tear him from limb. And Mongol stands up and just thanks him. He's like, thank you. Because one of my sons was eventually going to take my head off, just like I took my father's head off. So you just did me a favor, So that's your first gift. What's your second gift? Well, your second gift can only be found overseas, far, far away from here. And we go to Superman. Like I said, I like the art because the artwork before in the other books suck. So we go to Superman and he's doing Superman shit. We don't even know who he's fighting. Batman is in his ear. Batman, Superman on your 12. He's like, you're 12? Are you serious, Bruce? You're like, no. Like, okay, you stop telling jokes, So he's just fucking up shit. It's this big ass monster. And then Batman is timing him. He like, you got to hurry up and finish this shit. He was like, okay, let me hurry up and take him out. Boom. Takes the monster out. One punches his ass and he's out of there and he flies back. And he's like, and Batman's like, okay, time's recorded. So he goes back there and apparently Batman is not impressed. Batman's like, you're slower than what you used to be. But here's the thing, because apparently Superman had been in some kind of adventure, or his last mission, maybe he went to one of the books I didn't read. He got attacked, and Batman is saying, you're slower than what you used to be. You're not as strong as you used to be. You used to do that shit way faster. You used to be. Something isn't happening right. Now, Adam thinking maybe it's just because of the solar cycles, it's just your powers in fluctuation. Batman like, nah, that's not it. And Batman has said, everything's going on with you right now is basically as if the radiation poisoning. So they don't know what that means. Superman saying, okay, yeah, I'm slower, but I'm still stronger than everybody else. So nobody knows what's going on right now. Like, yeah, that's a thing. But just in case, if it's a worst case scenario, and this is what Batman's saying, you need to have a conversation with John. You need to talk to John about what do you think about the Justice League. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, just in case. Yeah. So Batman is already like, man, go ahead and write your will and testament right now. Get your ass out of here. So while they're doing all that shit, John and Damien talking. Like Damien's just chilling, even though he's supposed to be on the run and shit. He's just hanging out.
I thought he got his heart ripped out. What the fuck?
Supposedly he's just chilling. Like even Jonathan, like, why the hell you here? I thought you was on the run. They're like, oh, I'm chilling. I'll be back. Like, if something happened between you and your dad, they're like, don't talk to me about my father. So then they're talking. Apparently, John was with Clark on the last mission, and he saw what happened to him. But what he didn't tell him is that he was with the Legion of Superheroes in the future. They said that mission, that last mission they went on, was the last mission that was recorded by the Legion of Superheroes in the future. So he was like, whatever happened with that mission, something happened to my dad at that mission. So I don't know what's going to happen. They don't know what happened to him. They saying like a whole bunch of Kryptonians might have came and got him and just took him off somewhere. Maybe he got shipped to the Phantom Zone, but whatever happened, nothing happened after that. And I become Superman after that. That's what the records say in the Legion of Superheroes. So he's depressed. He was like, and basically Damien's trying to cheer him up. He was like, man, whatever happens, don't worry about it. It's your dad. Your dad's Superman. He'll beat it. He like, thanks. Now let's talk about your dad. He like, man, don't talk about my dad. Me and my dad ain't on good terms right now. So we go back to it. We keep talking. And Lois and Clark shit, don't care. Cut to the end. Some more World War shit pops up. So the World War, say that 5 times fast, come to Earth and they're looking for Superman. They brought a whole armada with them. Superman's on it. He's basically doing super speaking like Kara, John, Connor, whoever can hear me, bring your ass right now. We got an invasion coming. So he goes there, fights, and Jonathan's the first one to show up. But when they get there, they find out the ships are firing on each other. And so they're like, what the hell's going on here? So he was like, he tells Jonathan, you take out the main ship, I'll take out the missiles, and we'll see what the hell's going on. And when he gets in there, he hears a name. I'm thinking that name is Harmon. It's Kryptonian. I'm not gonna read this shit. I don't feel like butchering Kryptonian. So he goes in the ship, rips it open, and sees apparently a couple Kryptonians.
Naomi.
Not Naomi. That's Bendis. And there's a Midnighter book also that I'm not gonna get into, but yeah, Midnighter is there's a whole.
No, who are those motherfuckers in that ship?
They don't know. Superman's never met him before, but he knows them from like. Apparently they're Kryptonians. They don't. He thinks they're Kryptonians, but they basically start talking Kryptonian to him.
So Naomi's not Kryptonian, right?
She's not Kryptonian. They don't know what. Okay, let's talk about Naomi for a second. Nobody knows what Naomi is. Bendis just wrote a character. She has no backstory. She's from another planet. Nobody knows what the planet is. They don't know what her powers are. She just exists. So he'll explain later on. Even though she has a TV show, it's already been picked up by the CW.
Yeah.
So
no, I read like a couple issues and then I dropped off. And then
what Bendis knows at this point right now. So. Right. So that's all the book. So basically, this is another book that's setting up Future State. Like I said, we already seen it. Superman basically gets kidnapped, goes to World. We don't ever see him again. Jonathan becomes Superman, fucks up Metropolis. It looks like they're setting the paces for that, just like what we're seeing in Batman and what we're seeing in all these other stories. So yeah. So what you got next?
Should I do Bitterroot?
Sure.
Bitterroot number 2. Oh, I got a share screen. I want to show you this. So I thought this was dope. I actually went looking for this variant cover and I couldn't find it. I was kind of pissed. So check that out.
Bitterroot. What am I looking at?
That's the variant cover for Bitterroot number 12. It's a Beat Street.
Okay.
Oh, it's number 13. So it's going to be next month's issue.
Oh, the next one.
Okay. Well, that's no wonder I couldn't find it because I thought that was cool. So, Bitterroot is this, this horror comic, all written by Black artists and Black writers about this family in Harlem who fights demons that possess people these demons called Jinyu, which possess people's hatred and bigotry. So kind of like they're racist demons. They feed on racism, and they've been fighting these demons for, years. This lot shit's been happening, but we're on a new arc now. and basically these demons have found a way to infect trees or plants. So we start out with Cullen being like vined up in a tree, like a haunted tree, and you see like it's really fucked up. You see like motherfuckers hanging from the tree. So it's like a tree that people were hung from.
Oh,
and
okay.
it's like, you know, attacking Cullen. Meanwhile, Ford there was a white guy, an ex-Klan member that befriended Ford, who was also, he's like a blade, you know, he's like a badass demon slayer. But the white guy died, and he was last issue, he was telling his family, the white guy's family, about him dying and how he was his friend. But then the grandmother starts getting possessed, so then he has to fight them, and she starts like killing the family and shit. So like, yeah, Cullen's fighting the tree, Ford's fighting the possessed family. Then we go back to Charles, one of the patriarchs of the family. He was stuck in like this limbo realm where he was protecting the earth from the demons from the underworld. And it shows him there. And then he met up with Sylvester, Dr. Sylvester. He got possessed by another demon. A lot of stuff going on. I love this book, but there's so many subplots kind of weaving together. So they're talking about, finding a way to destroy the demons in that limbo realm. But then Maeda, she's like the grandmother of the family. She cooks a big dinner, and she tells everybody, you know, she's too old to do this anymore. She's gonna like, the new leader should be Blink, the young daughter. As I know, women aren't usually the leaders in this demon slaying thing, but I think Blink, she knows the roots, she knows the medicine, she knows the healing, she knows the weapons. She's the best pick to be the new leader of the family. And then there's what's his face? What's that guy's name? The crazy guy. Anyway, there's the crazy cousin. He kind of uses weird dark magic. He's kind of always dealt in like forbidden magic. So he was kind of like the outcast of the family. But anyways, he thinks he found a way to kill these other demons. And he's on his way to Maeda's house, but then he gets attacked by demons. And then, yeah, and it looks like he dies. So I don't know. Then it says to be continued. So anyways, a lot of soap opera shit going on, but I love this book. It's basically Evil Dead, you know, with a lot of political commentary. Yeah.
Cliff, Strange Fruit. Yeah. Billie Holiday. I know what you're talking about. Let's see what we got. Hello.
Oh, stop sharing that.
Epson Bim Sinin. Hello there to you too, Epson.
Hello there.
We are butchering that name. I just talked about not butchering names, and then I'm just doing this shit. My bad.
So yeah, Bitterroot number 12, 4 out of 5. This still continues to be one of my favorite books right now. So
cool. All right. So this is my last book. All I got left. What we're going to do is Spider-Man number 25. No, not the Spider-Man you like, Cliff. The new hotness, Miles Morales.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is number 25, and this is the beginning of the Clone Saga. So this is where this starts. Let's just jump into this bad boy. What we got going on here? So yeah. So like I said, we left off with the last book. His parents call him in the room because they find out that there's all kind of news reports about a Spider-Man going around kidnapping people, breaking into factories, stuff like that. You know, so they invite Genki is over at the same time. Genki's like, man, I got to talk to you about something, man. Some big shit just went down. They're like, yeah, I know. Spider-Man is going around just fucking up shit. He's like, no, I didn't even know about that. They're like, if you don't know about that, what the hell you over here for? Don't worry about that. Let's go upstairs. Let's work this out. So yeah, and they go on like that. And his dad is up to talk about, like, they say Spider-Man robbed the bank. They say he robbed the armored car. They say he broke into a factory. And they say he even harassed a dude, a real estate guy, that said he's going to destroy his car. And Miles like, oh yeah, the last one, yeah, that's me. He's like, wait, what? He like, long story. But anyway, let's figure out why the hell some Spider-Man is out there pretending to be me. It's based some guy named the Assessor. Like there's some guy named the Assessor stole his DNA.
Yeah. I remember that guy. Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Wait.
I was reading Miles Morales for a while.
I was like, you read Miles Morales?
I
didn't know
was
that.
for a while. I've dropped off a while ago, but I remember the assessor though. Yeah.
Okay, so the assessor, I guess, stole some of his DNA and is running around with stuff like that. So Genki's just like, let's go upstairs. Let's try to figure this thing out. Genki's finna hop on the computer, try to dig up some stuff. Oh, Miles' little sister right there, you know. So they go upstairs and then they talk and they were like, oh yeah, I think Genki has figured out the pattern of where the clone Spider-Man are going. So he was like, okay, I know where he's going to hit next. You go here and you will find where you will be robbing next. He was like, okay, cool. So he gets dressed to do his Spider-Man shit. While he's doing that, he like, your phone's ringing. Let me pick, you know, Genki's phone is ringing. So Miles picks it up. He's like, Barbara's calling. Barbara's his ex. He's like, why is my ex calling you? And why does she have all these kissy faces on your text? And Genki's like, yeah, see, that's what I came to talk to you about. I didn't know anything about the clone Spider-Man. He's like, what the fuck, man? So you mess around with my girl? You know, so then Miles just throw him against the wall. He's like, what the hell wrong with you? And then Gaines just look like that. Take your hands off me. You know, just like look at him like, I will fuck you up. And then Miles like, oh shit, what the hell? So he was like, look, man, just tell my parents I had to dip out. Just so he just leaves. So, you know, he feels bad. Genki feels bad about it that, you know, he stole his girl or whatever like that. Miles feel bad that he flipped out on his dude. He was like, and he realized that because I'm Spider-Man and Spider-Man's thing is to always punch first and think about other solutions later on. Maybe that's why I'm flipping out on my best friend, you know, when I should have just talked it out with him about what's going on. And plus, he's been a dick to his ex-girlfriend anyway. So anyway, back to the story. We get to the place. He goes in there. He does his invisibility shit. He goes in there, finds some, you know, some doctors like that, and they've just been hurt. And they said, he like, get the fuck away from me. Don't stab me again. He was like, I didn't do anything to you. And then his spider sense start going off. And that's when Spider-Man shows up. Pete, you know, the OG Spider-Man shows up. So he kicks the shit out of him. He was like, where's the real Spider-Man? You know, and he started fighting. And he was like, and they accidentally start calling to the by name. Like, where's Spider-Man? He like, Pete, Spider-Man, it's me. I'm the real Spider-Man. Well, the Spider-Man from Brooklyn, you know. And then they fight. And then Miles goes invisible, you know. But Pete is still hanging with it. He like, how the hell you getting close to me and I'm invisible? He like, experienced kid. I'm doing this shit for a while. You know, he was like, cool. So he electrocutes him in the back, but he electrocutes him just enough to just tickle him. He's like, look, it's me. Because if I was really me, I could have really, you know, hurt you or like really went after you. But I just did this shit to get your attention. He's like, okay, well, tell me something to make me know it's you. He like, okay, remember when you apparently, yeah, he did something where he fucked up his desk and gave him a crappy birthday present. And apparently only they know about it, but it happened like one of the old issues. He was like, well, why didn't you just say that? You know, so now they know each other is each other, and they realize that clones are out there. So they're like, okay, let's go do the thing. So they go out swinging, trying to find out, and they find the clone Spider-Man. He was like, okay, we on it. So they get there, and when they finally, but it's another, I guess it's another, yeah, it was another Spider-Man behind them. They just snuck up on him. So, but he's got powers that the other ones don't have. He's like Clayface or some shit. So he like does some Clayface shit to him. Yeah,
that looks like fucking King and Black, like symbiote shit.
Yeah, probably some symbiote shit, like a goo monster, some shit. So Miles trying to whip him up. He takes Pete out like super quick. He slams down Miles. They whip him up, can't really do anything. Miles does his electricity shit. It does nothing. You know, apparently he's shockproof. And then something happens. So okay, they finally do take him out, and then he does something where he like puts gas down. Yeah. And some reason it only knocks Pete out. Like Pete is out. He's done. Miles recovers pretty quick. He was like, Pete, this is my thing. You go back to, you know, Queens. Let me handle this because these my people running around here doing this shit, you know. So for some reason, Peter can't shake the shit off. So Miles goes after him. And when he gets there, they see all the Miles Spider-Man around there. So he gets to him and it's bam. Let's just get to it. Oh, and he gets slashed. So it's 3 different Spider-Man. And the main one is called Salim. And he said, we need to talk. So it's 3 clone Spider-Man. You got one Spider-Man. The leader looked like he got like spider claws. He got like spider knives. And then Clayface Miles back there also. So that's the beginning of the
Nemesis from fucking Resident Evil and shit.
Yeah, that shit. So yeah, so it's another Clone Saga. Miles even throw another line out there like, "These are Peter. You don't know what it's like having somebody else wear your face." He was like, "Dude, you know the stories lines I've been through." Matter of fact, even one time he even says like, "Yeah, there's a clone of me," and Peter's like, "Oh shit, not this storyline again." So Genki is Ned Leeds from the movies. Wasn't he Ultimate Spider-Man's best friend? He's still Ultimate Spider-Man's best friend. So
Yeah.
Funny guy. Hey guys, Funk, have a request for you guys. Can you show the full design t-shirts you wear now with standing full screen?
These ones? Or are they talking about the comic book bully ones? I don't even know where that site is anymore, man.
It's up. I don't know either. Blame that on me. That's my bad. I will get that shit up and running. That is no, because Gomer gonna say X Leroy, so we can't put on Gomer anymore. That we used to be able to put on Gomer. We can't use that excuse anymore.
Oh, my hoodie's I think in the dirty laundry. I was wearing that hoodie for a while.
We're gonna get on that. We dropped the ball. I'm straight up. We dropped the ball on that. That's
we do got swag. We do got merch.
Yeah, you can't find it, but we have it. Oh yeah. So like I said, it's just another Clone Saga. We've seen this shit before. It could be fun as long as it doesn't go off the rails like the last one did. The last one just went completely off the rails. If this one stays in a nice confined setting, it could be a fun story. So I know everybody blames the Clone Saga. Me personally, I blame the Clone Saga for not only destroying Spider-Man comics, I blame it for destroying comics in the 90s. The industry just went to shit because of that storyline. So, but maybe they think they can redo it. Maybe they think they can redeem themselves with the new hotness, Miles Morales. So that's all I got. So, yeah, what you got?
All right. I guess I'll do Two Moons number 3.
Oh shit! I told you I was gonna get you on that, but I don't have
it.
I
got the share screen, so we got to put that.
Okay, cool.
So I think I like this book now. It was like a little mystery building, but now I dig it. So basically, takes place during the Civil War. We have a native soldier. He's a Pawnee. He's from the Pawnee tribe. He is fighting for the North, but then during a battle, he sees his sergeant turn into a monster, so he panics and kills him. And now he's wanted by, the army. They're trying to hang him for treason or whatever, for killing his, superior. But then the Confederates show up and free him from the hanging. So then he was running around with the Confederates, and then at one point he takes a mushroom and trips out and goes to the spirit world. And then basically turns out he has the ability to see demons. So that's where we pick up this issue. One of the guys in the Confederate gang that he's with turns into a demon and they fight and he ends up killing them and shit. And so that's his ability. It finally established, okay, I know the rules of the story now. This guy can see demons that no one else can. And I dig it. It's pretty cool. We got a native character. It does get a little corny. You can tell that it's a non-native writing a native story, so you get the corny.
It's like Good Times. Okay.
Yeah, you get the corny, he goes to the spirit world, that mystical bullshit, all that stereotypical, medicine man shit, that, new age crap that, hippies like. So, that's in there, but I dig the story. Okay, this is a native dude who kills demons. Cool. I'm cool with that. But yeah, you can, like I said, it is, back to how cool Rutherford Falls is. You can tell it's written by natives for natives. As much as I love Jason Aaron and all his books and shit, Scalped, you can tell. Scalped was not written by a native.
You can tell Bendis.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Scalped was basically Thunderheart. Another Thunderheart. And you can tell, I reckon they coming around yonder. Yeah. South Dakota is not in the South. So he had everybody talking rednecks and shit. So yeah, we can tell when the creators aren't from the culture, and it shows. But in this case, I don't mind it. It's an exploitation, story, horror story. A native guy who can see demons, a native demon slayer. So cool. I'm cool with that. So I'm into the story now. I'm into this book.
Okay.
So yeah.
Took you 3 issues, but you're in there now. So okay.
Yeah. I stayed with it.
Yes. Oh yeah, when we get the shirts made, there will be a fish fry hoodie shirt on. So yeah, we'll figure it out. New character just for you, Eli. Yeah, all that's gonna be there.
She better be hot, yo.
I mean, okay, Eli. Who is the native Halle Berry, Rihanna, who AT&T girl? Who is the native like chick? Like you need a sex symbol. Who is the one?
Well, I mean, I think Devery Jacobs is cute. She's on Rutherford Falls, and she plays kind of a ditz. It's kind of funny because I've only seen her.
She's like the Kelly Bundy on the show.
She was in Blood Quantum, and she's been in like I've only seen her in dramatic roles, and all of a sudden she's kind of playing the ditzy chick. The ditzy cousin. So she's cute.
Okay.
I mean, Ashley Collingbull like won Miss Universe or something like that. She's like a beauty pageant, and she's been showing up in movies. So Google Ashley Collingbull.
I will, for research purposes, of course.
For research purposes.
Exactly.
That's just off the top.
Any other books we got? Or?
The last one I got going here is let me get it up. Let me prepare. I did not prepare. Sorry. Get that.
I think I know what you're gonna do. Let me see if I read your mind.
Share.
Okay. Press it till you do it. Let's see what we got. Well, I didn't. Oh, yeah. I didn't guess that one, but okay.
So Cold Dead War #1. This is from Heavy Metal Comics. This was written by George Romero's son. So, and it's basically about a World War II veteran who's got some sort of past. The government shows up in his town and like, hey, we need you back on the job. And he's like, nope, I'm done with y'all. He's like, you're the only one who knows how to take out living dead soldiers. We got living dead zombie Nazis in South America. We need you. And he's like, hell no, blah, 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 blah. And then we have flashbacks of him in the war in a B-17 bomber. He crash lands on an island, and the island, like a meteor, shows up, like the Lochnar. I don't know how familiar you are with the Heavy Metal movie, the old animated
Not
movie.
at all. But yeah.
Okay, yeah. In that movie, it centers around this like orb called the Lochnar. It's like the source of all evil or whatever, and it possesses people, and it's like the Ring in Lord of the Rings. It possesses people. It brings out the darkness in everybody. Anyway, it crashed in that Heavy Metal movie. It crash lands on an island in World War II and creates zombies. And it's one of the coolest segments in that movie. And anyway, this kind of makes references. It's basically based on that segment in the Heavy Metal movie. We have these, he's in a B-17 bomber. The Lochnar takes out his ship. He crash lands on an island and finds a bunch of zombies. But it turns out that all the zombies, he keeps all his old crew, his dead crew members, are zombies in his barn. And I thought that was a cool twist. And because he goes, he's like killing a pig, and then he goes into the barn, and his whole squad is in the barn, and they're all zombies, all his old soldier buddies. And they're like, hey, was that so-and-so? What do they want? Blah, 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 blah. He said, they want us to go on a mission. They're like, well, let's go. And that's kind of where it says to be continued. So pretty cool. Like Nazi zombie soldiers versus zombie American soldiers. That's
like Wolfenstein. Okay.
Yeah. So pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I like this a lot, So yeah. And I think I read some more shit, but I don't care. I'm going to stop there.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm booked out. I didn't really read that much anyway. I think we ran through enough for a week with no Marvel shit. We was able to find a way to make a show. So, yeah.
Oh, I will say I read the last issue of Crossover. So Gomer and all the guys on This Geeks in Comics who's been all over the crossover nuts. That last issue was cool. So yeah, I get.
Okay, so they're starting to sell you now.
Yeah, finally, #6 was good.
#6, we finally got to it.
Crossover #6 was awesome.
Okay, last thing we're gonna do, because like I said, Eli, I want to make sure you didn't let me forget this, and I'm gonna say you didn't. Damn, I can't find it. I can't find it. You know what?
Shit.
Because
I was supposed to remind you of something, and now I forget what I'm supposed to remind you of something.
You're supposed to remind me of Star Wars. Remind me of Star Wars. Yeah, because we have May the 4th coming up, but now I can't even find it. That's the crazy thing about it. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Let's go back to anyway. What I was going to ask you about with the Star Wars comics, because they have a sale on the Star Wars comics right now, and I just wanted to know which ones to pick up because right now I can't find any of them. Let's see.
On Comixology or just like
no. Well, not on Comixology because they just were blasting it all over on Comixology like an hour before we started filming this shit. There we go. Star Wars sales. Okay, here we go. Let's see where we at. Let's go here. I'm gonna pull these numbers up and then we're gonna get out of here. Okay, so I don't know if I can zoom in and show you what we have, but we have
they're
here
going to Legends too, huh?
Right. So what am I looking at? Let's go to this one. Let's go to this one. So what is this one right here? So this is the Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah, get that. That was the Heir to the Empire. That was the official prequel, or I mean the official sequel trilogy in novel form back in the 90s. It continues after Return of the Jedi. It introduced Thrawn. It introduced Mara Jade. Well, no, Mara Jade was kind of introduced a little bit before, but get that. That's a good. Those were not. I actually read those.
It's on sale for $1. It's on sale for $1.
Oh, I'll check that out.
Right. That's why I was like
comics.
Right. So the comics is not an adaptation of the novel, but it's a continuation of the novel.
No, those novels are a continuation of after Return of the Jedi.
No, I'm saying, but this is not a novel; it's a comic.
Yeah, so that must be the comic book adaptations of those novels.
Okay,
is it like Heir to the Empire, Last Command, Dark Force Rising? Those are the books. That's what I would think. That was considered the Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah, because I was saying this is the Thrawn trilogy. Let's see what else we got. One more thing, then we're gonna get it. Okay, so I'm getting that. That's $1. So I'm getting that. What is this one? Let's see. What is this? Agent of Empire.
I've never heard of that. I don't remember.
Never. Okay, moving past that. What is this?
It says shit like Dark Empire. Like Dark Empire.
That was a thing. That was a thing. I saw it.
Yeah.
Where is it?
That's kind of like what the Rise of Skywalker was based on. All the clone shit. Palpatine making clones of himself and shit.
Yeah, that's what I noticed because they started they're starting to dig into like the EU, kind of picking and choosing what they want to. I like, fuck it, let me just go ahead and dig into it. But Dark Empire.
That Jason Aaron run when Jason Aaron took over Star Wars like a few years ago. That was cool. Like that main Star Wars book was good.
I can't find it, but Dark Empire did show up on it, but I can't find it right now. So basically, if you say to get it.
And the Vader books. The Vader books were cool too.
Yeah, so
that's the one that had Vader down. Remember we read Vader down? That was from the Vader book.
So like I said, that's what we got. So listen this long, different like, share, subscribe. We have a shit ton of other podcasts. We have this Geeks and Comics. We have a plethora of Big Willie's podcasts. He's always recording, probably recording right now. I don't think he ever stops. It's just 24-hour. He like the Simpsons. It's just 24 hours. And I don't know what else we got. Anything else you got, Eli?
No, I'm good, dude.
Like I said, we're going to scrounge up material for you until some more Marvel shit comes on. We'll find something to do. Don't worry about that.
Well, Loki's next, right? In like a few weeks or something?
In the future. Yeah, like I said. Until then, we'll find something to do till then. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.
Bloodstained katanas, black man from Ghana. I battle over my honor and guided by Nobunaga. The power in every kata has channeled most of my oni. Years later, ended up scarred, broken, and lonely. The sword I touched, been cursed by memories of war. Every stroke from the blade left the enemy's floored. Challenge the Lord who could afford to buy your life clearly. Let you commit seppuku, not worthy your harakiri. 45 battle side, get ready to die over pride. Commit suicide, standing right behind with the steel. Noble samurai to the naked eye. I'll decide if you stay alive. Hear my battle cry, motherfucker.